For you RC racers out there, we have Team Associated's latest two-wheel drive buggies with the B6.2 and the B6.2D. So I thought this would be a great time for us to talk about these kits, what makes them different, and why you would choose one over the other as your racing platform. Then we'll open up these boxes, see what's inside and see what isn't, and then we'll talk about what parts are needed to finish off these kits. So these are kits and they require assembly as well as all of the other electronic component and maybe some few other items. Of course, they're 10 scale electric two-wheel drive buggies made purely for competition. Now, because there's such a variety in different racing circuits and the surfaces that are raced on, there are two different versions of this 10 scale race buggy. The B6.2 is going to be the really high bite traction surfaces, surfaces like Astro, carpet, things like that. And then the B6.2D is going to be more for the lower traction surfaces. So to accommodate that variety and all those different surfaces, the cars are offered in two different flavors, more tailored towards those different surfaces. But there are some new features that both of these cars share that was not present on the older models. So I'm gonna pull up for you guys this Team Associated PDF that I've printed out here. It's got great information to talk about the differences amongst the cars. But what the cars share is they each feature an updated left side guard with a fan mount, and that's a fan mount to cool your motor. The fan is not included, and it's a 30 by 30 by 10 millimeter fan that screws right into the side of that guard, pushing air onto the motor. Both of the cars also share a new Team Associated designed body. They also feature a new front wing mount and wing that's Lexan material, a new rear axle and hubs with modular vertical ball stub mount. So the mount is right on the top, and then you can put little washers underneath to raise or lower that mount. And then lastly, they both feature new outer rear hinge pins that are captured with a lock nut. Now, taking a look at the specific features with the B6.2, that's our high bite carpet Astro platform. The B6.2 now features a new chassis. It's mainly just been updated to be 3 millimeters longer. The B6.2 also features a lay-down gearbox with a gear differential, front and rear anti-roll bars, 75 millimeter long rear arms with 69 millimeter CVA bones. And then we also received two chassis weights. There's a 24 gram plate weight that goes underneath your servo, and then there's also a 36 gram steel chassis weight that sits underneath your ESC. Although that plate is more like your electronics plate, where you can put all your electronics right on that plate and you can easily remove it later for cleaning, maintenance, whatever the case. Pretty snazzy setup. And then lastly, on the B6.2, one of the features are 5 millimeter aluminum rear hexes. Switching over to our B6.2D, which is kind of our dirt version, that vehicle features the same B6.1 length chassis, so there is no extra length. It hasn't changed at all on the D. Also included are a laydown and layback gearboxes. Both are included. In those gearboxes, the D uses a ball differential. And then we have 73 millimeter rear arms with 69 millimeter CVA bones, and then a 13 gram aluminum chassis weight. That's going to be the ESC tray. And then lastly, there are 7 millimeter rear aluminum hexes on the D. So kind of interesting that on the 6.2, they give you a little bit stretched chassis. There's also a bit more weight. In some of the Team Associated photos I've seen, they also show a full-size steering servo in the 6.2, but then a small, low-profile, more lightweight servo in the D. So trying to keep the front end of the dirt version more lightweight, which makes sense because you mainly just want to have a bit more weight in the back to generate more traction in low bite surfaces. And then it's also kind of interesting to see that the 6.2 features longer arms and then a little bit longer bones to match those arms, but features narrower hexes. So on the D, The arms are shorter, but the hexes are bigger. So some pretty cool stuff here going on with these two cars. A lot of these parts could be purchased later on, and you could switch over your D to the 6.2 or vice versa, with the exception of that 3mm longer chassis that's included with the 6.2. That's going to be one of the most expensive parts to add to your car to convert it. So it does a lot of good to choose the correct platform for your racing surface or your local circuit, wherever they do it and how they do it. It saves a lot of time and money in the long run. Cool. So let's crack them. Let's open them both. Let's check it out. Boom. All right, look at that. So these are packed boxes here, as you can see. So let's take, that's the D. So really quickly, this is the B6.2. These are all of our shock parts, machine pistons, aluminum shocks, lots of premium parts included with this car. Here's our battery hold down, different suspension bushings, as well as our vertically mounted rear hubs and our dog bones and our hinge pins that are captured with the nut for those rear outer positions. Super cool. They've been doing it this way on 8-scale buggies for a long time. It's a bit more durable, it's more robust. Good to see that on here. Turnbuckles, turnbuckle wrench, and ball cups. Here's our gear differential with 3 different fluids included. Oh, we have 40 weight shock fluid, 30 weight shock fluid, 5K diff fluid. Arms with suspension hanger as well as the bushings. Front hubs, carriers with bushings as well. Front axles, the steering plates I believe are +1mm. Those are in there right there. Oh, they're aluminum. I thought they were carbon. Yeah, those are aluminum. Our gearboxes, our rear shock tower, spur gear, wing stay. There's our transmission top shaft there, more aluminum. I think that's a camber block for the rear. And then there are bushings you can put on the outdrives of the diffs to raise or lower the height, I believe in 1, 2, or 3mm increments. These cars are so adjustable now, just crazy. Okay, here's more suspension arms as well as our updated side guards, and then check that out. That is our, that's our steel servo plate. 24 grams. It's quite a bit of weight. Roll bar, bearings. Okay, here's our Lexan pieces. Front wings, 2 of them. Rear wing, 1 of them. And then our body, this is the updated design. It has an overspray film. It hasn't been trimmed, but it is clearly marked. Waterfall, gear brace, or not brace, cover. And look at that, that is our +3mm chassis, and it even says it right there. Cool. Okay, so we saw the fluids, what it comes with. You still need your tires and wheels. So that's the B6.2. Let me look really quickly in the D kit. I just want to tell you guys what fluids are included. Here's our chassis, by the way. No unique markings. 91863, 91863, same stuff. Where's our fluids? Okay, as you can see, we have our ball differential parts, a little bit of grease and some lube for assembly, and then 30 weight shock fluid. All right, so pretty interesting kits. There were no tires or wheels in either, and then all of the radial gear will be needed: a standard size steering servo, a 540 motor, and 10 scale sized ESC, a pinion gear, probably a transponder since these are race buggies. And then there's probably going to be a lot of little odds and ends needed for the buggies, like tools, tire glue, things like that. So I hope this video has helped you guys. If there's anybody new out there looking to get into two-wheel drive buggy racing, or maybe you're looking at either of these platforms, drop us any questions or comments you have down below, and give this video a like, and be sure to subscribe over there for our future videos. I'm Brett from AMain Hobbies. Thanks for watching.